Hello and welcome back to my channel. So about a year ago I made this cat art doll. She was meant to be inspired by the ancient Egyptian cat god. You know, very regal, very powerful. This doll is none of those things. The vision was totally there. The execution, however, slowly left the room. It didn't just go a little wrong, it went wrong in layers. Like every time I tried to fix something, it somehow made it worse. At some point the leg just broke, so instead of stopping and reassessing my life choices, I thought, oh, I'll just make it a feature. This was a dangerous sentence, so I cut the fur shorter to even it out. And then I cut it too short. Then I tried to patch the bald spots with fabric and glue. This technically worked, but only in the sense that now the fur had hard, crunchy glue in lumps all over it. The legs were just way too big and they didn't bend at all. Eventually I reached that familiar creative stage where you stare at something for a long time, decide it's beyond saving and quietly give up. So I put her away. Until recently when I found her again. And suddenly I felt this overwhelming sense of guilt, like she had been waiting for me, judging me. So today I'm finally fixing her, or at least attempting to. First things first, I started by ripping off the fur around the face to reveal the wire underneath. Surprisingly, the clay held pretty well. There were a few cracks, but overall, she was sturdier than I imagined. The glue holding the wire in place though, an absolute nightmare. And then I realised there was wood in there as well, which raised several questions, none of which I wanted to answer. So instead of dealing with that, I simply made a new hole for the wire and moved on. And just like that, we're left with only a head. I twisted together some new wire to make a stronger armature, because the original wire was way too bendy and could not be trusted with structural responsibility. I also decided to completely remake the paws, because the original ones were massive, awkward, and frankly a bit threatening. Once those are baked, I attach them to the wire with hot glue, which brings us to painting. After everything was painted and glazed, I used teddy bear stuffing to build up the body. I know there are better and more professional ways of doing this. I just haven't gone around to researching them yet. Unfortunately, I lost the footage of sewing all the legs, but here's one of them so you can get the general idea of my process. And with that, we can look at the final result. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.